Hello everyone, welcome to new video. In this video, I'll be covering simple example for Ajax service. Ajax service mainly used for dynamic form validations or fetching the data for a drop-down list, or like we can use Ajax service for integrating with the Exchange system. Okay. In this video, so I'll be covering a simple example for a drop-down list. So I want to develop a simple UI component or screen which containing a two fields. One is country and one more is state. So based upon the country selection, I want to pre-populate the state by using Ajax service. Okay, so I want to develop something screen like this UI component, something like this. So where UI contains a two field, one is country and one more is a state. So based upon the country selection, so I want to populate the state here. Okay. Again, if I change the country, the drop down list should change. Okay. So let's see how we'll achieve this particular scenario by using Ajax service. Okay. Quickly, I'll go back. So already I opened the process application. Under the process application, I will go for a user interface and I'll create new client-side human service, which is example on example for drop down. Now CHS. Okay, so I have created the coach. I have created a CHS which contain a coach. Okay, so I'll open the coach. So in the once I open the coach, here we can see the OK button. But now I need a two single select control. So if you go here in the search box, I'll search with single select. Just select the single select and drop down here. Okay, and here I needed two single select, so I dragged and drop two single select. The first one, I will first single select, I will name it as country, and the second single select I will name it as states. Okay, so based upon the country selection, I want to populate the state now by using the Ajax service. So here I need to populate the countries. So uh, just select this country and go to configuration. In the configurations, we have to specify the drop-down list. To specify the drop-down list, you have to go to configuration. Then under that we have an item. So by default, it will be a start empty option is selected. So you can change it to item from the services or item from the static list or from the configuration options. So configuration options will be used for the variable mapping will be used for variable mapping, the configuration variable mapping, and static value will be if you select the static values, then you have to specify the static values here. So which is hard coded list, you need to specify it. And items from the services where you will be attaching the Ajax services to get the details from the from the database. Okay. Or so you can write a script where you will hard code the data. Okay. So for country, I will use this option items from the static list. Okay, in the static list, I will add a country names. I'll add it as India. Then the first list, I'll add it as India, and second one, I'll add it as USA. And okay, So I have added the two values here as a countries. Then I'll save it. Okay. The next one, I'll move to the state single select control. Here, again, you have to go to configuration options. In the behavior, so you can mention the placeholder, which is select one. Select one. Okay. Then again go to items. So now to populate the states based upon the country, so I will use the Ajax service, which is items from the service. Okay. Once I selected here, by default, we will get this service, but we will be writing our own, we'll be creating our own Ajax service. To create that one, click on create. Okay. And name it as, I'll name it as get states based on country. Okay. Finish. So the now service got created with with the blank sequence flow. So now I will be adding a script which I'll mention it. I'll which I'll rename it as get states. Okay. So this is Ajax service. If you go to variable, so Ajax service will be having its own signature. So it will take data as the input and it will return a results as the output. So this is the signature of the Ajax services. Okay. And now as part of this change, so we'll be taking a data as an input. So in the data variable, we'll be taking country value as the input and we'll be sending a, we will be getting the state list as the output in the result. Okay. So which is the type of name and value pair. So I'll specify like I'll change it from any to name value pair. Okay. Let it be data as anything. Okay. Now I change, I'll go back to the state now. Uh, uh, get state script. Here we need to write a script. Okay. So I'll write a simple script. First, I will initialize the list. tw dot local dot results. I'll initialize. It's a type of list. Uh, then we will be getting a data as an input. So which is the country we'll be getting as input. Local dot data is equal to country is India. Then I'll be specifying the list of state here. Okay, for that again insert this if condition tw dot local dot result of first array we need to initialize. The first array will be initializing it. Okay, and then next one we have to set the value. Okay, then result of zeroth element dot name. Name I'll set it as the first state I'll set it as Karnataka. Okay, and same thing I'll copy for value as well. Okay, and this will be a first array, and similar way I'll be mentioning the second one. Just copy and paste it and change the array length. Okay, so and I'll change the value from Karnataka to Kerala. Kerala. Okay, then after that, so we have a next country is Australia. Sorry, it's a USA. So for that, again, I'll copy this particular script. So paste it again. Here instead of India, I'll mention it as USA. And the state, I'll mention it as New York. It's a city, but I'll mention it as a state. Okay. And Alabama. Okay, which is a state. Okay. Now I specified a states for USA. Okay, that's all done. The service is ready now. So it mainly what this Ajax service will do, it will take country as an input and it will execute this script and it will return a results as the output. Okay. So here instead of this script, we can write a DB call to get the details from the database and those data we can populate in the result variable. Okay. I'll close it. Then I'll come back. Here you can see already this service has been attached now, that is get state based on the country, and here we need to pass the input variable now here. Okay, so as a country, but currently we are not created any variables. So now I'll go to variables and I'll create a private variable as a country and also the state. So these two private variable I created and I need to map it to the uh, control now. Okay, single select control. So I'll go to country and I'll select the country variable and go to state and I select state variable. Okay, the state variable as map. So now the variable is map. Then again go to states in the configuration. We will be passing uh, uh, the country as an input to this Ajax service, right? So for that I'll select country. So service input data I select as country. Okay. Once that is selected, okay. So the if I want to select the items, then we will be setting this properties. So selection properties we will be mentioning. So we will be selecting the value as value and name as name. Okay. Done. So that's all. Okay. And again I go back to the country. And for that country, I'll placeholder, I'll mention it as in the configuration. Select. Okay. So now the service is ready. So quickly run the service. Okay. Here the countries populating here, India and USA. On selection of this, so state need to be populated. Okay. The state is not getting populated. So let's check it again. I'll go back. So if you select this state, right? So when you select this state and if you go to configuration, we have attached this Ajax service. So quickly I'll open this Ajax service and go to overview. So here we have the in the overview, we have to change this Ajax axis. So currently by default it selects as a trusted callers. So I'll change it to allow calls from all users. Okay. So when you select this option, the Ajax service call will be allowed for all the users now. Okay. Then close the service. Quickly again, I'll run the service. So if you see here, I'll select the India's country, and if you see, the states are populating. Okay, I can select it. So if I change the country, then the states are getting changed. Okay. So that is a simple use case for Ajax service. Thank you for watching. See you on next video.